do you...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second session of The Person Behind the Brand. We are honored to have Mr. Kendrick Hong, the founder and CEO of Fides, with us tonight. For those who not yet register yourself, please do not forget to scan the QR code before we start the sessions. You need to register yourself before the halftime sessions. Please register yourself in order to enter for the lucky draw. We will give you all 5 minutes now for the registration before we start. Thank you.
As you can see, I'm sitting at home right now during this MCO period. In fact, I'm still attending online courses by using online communication software with my lecturer so that our learning progress is not halted even in this MCO period.
Our learning progression still can be carried on as normal.
Using online video software and Blackboard with my classmate.
I had also experienced our online orientation together with my new classmate, which is a very unique experience for all of us.
During this MCO period, we are lucky that SEGI still continue to provide online classes for us through an online system called Blackboard, so that our study progress will not be affected.
We still manage to learn new things thanks to online classes provided by SEGI.
We have been given a lot of assignments and tasks by our lecturers, and that's really stimulated our thought and given us something to do.
In this movement control order period, I can still learn normally through online platforms such as Blackboard.
This system is provided by SEGI itself, and all students in SEGI can access it. The lecturers will upload the newest contents of the lessons in Blackboard so that we are able to learn through online during the MCO period.
It is a very good platform
where we can access all our course outlines and syllabus anytime and anywhere.
I can use them for my own study and my own revision at home. So as you can see, MCO does not affect my study in SEGI College.
By using this Blackboard system, we can get our study materials.
We can also submit our assignment and also create group discussion through Blackboard so that our lecturers can help to check and also give feedback to make sure that we can clearly understand what is being taught in the online classes.
And we do also learn new contents in our subjects and studies from that software every week when we have classes.
It allows us to hand out assignment, download tutorial, or having an online discussion very easily.
We can still read the notes and can catch up with our studies during this unpredictable time.
I can always upload and submit my tutorial and assignment on time.
Very convenient way. Hence, this Blackboard system is very useful for us to study at home during this MCO period.
Also, if we met any problem on our assignment or coursework, we could seamlessly have consultation with our lecturers through the online video conferencing system.
We can always approach them whenever we have doubts and hesitations in our subjects or studies.
Our lecturers at the IT department are also very good at their methods of teaching. They help us in every lesson, and if I'm being honest, it's almost like being in the class because everyone's very interactive in the chats.
And the lecturers have been very helpful and engaging during this time, and they teach us in the same way, like as if there is no movement control order at all.
And my lecturers are actually conducting online consultations through other online platforms as well, so it doesn't get in the way of my learning.
The lecturers will upload the slides and the videos of them teaching to let us learn, and also will upload the tutorials for us to make sure we really understand what we are learning.
We students are constantly updated about the situation and our classes. We also update through our schedule. Lecturers inform us through multiple platforms.
So far, e-learning is working great for me.
In this case, we can learn in our house too.
I'm very happy that my studies are still up to date till now.
And remember guys, stay home, stay safe during the MCO period.
Hi, my name is Lim Hei Ching, and I'm a Segi College student.
I'm Adrian.
I'm Alex.
My name is Ang Wei Jin.
My name is Chachi King.
I'm Kachan.
Yes, my name is David.
My name is Wen Qin.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
I'm Wat.
I'm Oko Tao.
I'm Coco Hero.
My name is Sean.
My name is Senef.
I'm Wei Xiang.
My name is Tanis Nair.
Thank you very much and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So before we start, may I know anyone already start using SSD? Yeah, which is the solid state drive. If yes, please comment yes below. If no, please comment no below so that I can know you already start. Anyone still already start using the SSD? Hi, Eve. Yes, I saw Jiajun already start using SSD. Anyone else? What do you mean by SSHD? Is it the combination of HDD and SSD?
Kind of. It's another type of hard disk, which is much faster, but it's not SSD.
Oh, okay. So I saw Ang Wei Jin, Michael Chiu, Audrey Lee, and also Mr. Chia also already started using SSD. Yeah, also Kachuan. Yes, I saw Liana not yet start using SSD. Maybe you should consider to have a SSD after this.
Yeah, and for those who are learning from Segi College, I think your labs will be equipped with SSD very, very soon.
Yes, equipped with the 5D SSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so without much delay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start the live talk now. Once again, welcome to the second session of The Person Behind the Brand. Today, we are honored to have Mr. Kendrick Hong, the founder and CEO of FIDIS, with us tonight. Yes.
Hello.
So as a start, we would like to thank Mr. Kendrick for making time to these sessions. So Mr. Kendrick, are you ready?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So Mr. Kendrick, can you introduce to us about FIDIS?
Sure. First of all, I would like to wish all our Muslim friends Selamat Berbuka Puasa. And I would like to wish all of you stay safe and stay strong. This pandemic will be over and we will stay on, right? So FIDIS is a brand from Malaysia. We are a young company still, founded since 2018. Nevertheless, some of the team members has been with us since 2008. So it's about 10 years already, no, 12 years already, since we founded our first company, which is in distribution of semiconductors products and also electronics products back then. So we were the distributor of some big brands in the world, such as Samsung, CNT, NetSol, Phoenix Contact, Eaton, and we represented them in Southeast Asia. As time goes, we learned, we excel, we fall, and we rise again. So it was in late 2017 that we saw a great opportunity in NAND storage market. So we had some discussion and we do some survey and also research, and we see that it's within our capability to tap into this market. So we founded FIDIS in 2018 and focusing on producing SSD or NAND storage products, SSD, solid state drive, a memory cards such as SD card or micro SD card, OTG on the go, and also portable SSD very, very soon. So at the moment, Fidus, we don't do manufacturing in Malaysia yet. All manufacturing are done in Taiwan, our partners. Will we move the production back to Malaysia? Well, answer is yes, we are. In fact, we are already looking into possibility to have our final stage testing and also assembly to be moved back to Penang here and have it run here in order to to create some opportunities in terms of career for the Malaysian. So we are working on that. We are also talking to some of the local partners if they could be our suitable subcons in Malaysia, Penang. So if any of you know any, or if any of you is interested, do contact us through our website. So I think that would be Fidus. Oh yeah, one more. We do not limit ourselves to just SSD. We are also looking into other potential products as well. So stay tuned. All right, so that's Fidus. Thank you. Back to you, Coco.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kendrick. Let's start with our first question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the most innovative change that you have brought to your company's operations?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as mentioned before, this is not not my first founded company. We founded the first company back in 2008. So we learned a lot. But one of the things that we learned is that in order to keep a startup like us, a small company like us, or young company like us, we have to keep our expenses low as much as we could. I think most businesses have to do that. So how we do that? We keep our team small. So we utilize partners or cost resources around us. For example, we have our R&D team working with another company. We have manufacturing done in another company. Instead of hiring a lot of engineers or a lot of employees in our company, we actually leverage on the resources of our partners. Or perhaps, and of course, in terms of sales, we leverage on our distributor and our dealers. So that's one of them, leverage on our partners. Another one would be in Fidus, we like to hire junior personnel, and we like to groom them and grow with them together with the company. And we wish them to be their own boss one day. So that's Fidus. How should I put this? During our so-called entrepreneurship, we noticed that there are some employees are meant to be employer. You know, they are great leaders. They are very strong. They can perform very, very well. So, and we love to have this kind of employees in our company. And over time, if we feel that he or she is capable or suitable to run his or her own company, own business, we will encourage them to actually start their own business. For example, if they are from sales department, we would ask or encourage them to become the distributor or dealer of us. So instead of being our competitor by joining another company, why not be our partners? So this is where we keep our expenses low and make the productivity high. So I think that will be how Fidus run the operations. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kendrick. So for the second question, Mr. Kendrick, which age group is normally Fidus targeting, and is Fidus expanding to international market? Yeah.
Well, as mentioned, we leverage on our partners such as a distributor or dealers. So we do not have much direct contact with our customer at the moment. So based on their feedback, most of our customers today are from the young generations. So I do not know their X, Y. Okay, basically their age range from about early 30 to early 20 to mid 30, and most of them are students or online gamers, all right? Because our product or our SSD are targeting high performance systems, computers. So gamers will love to have it. And if you go to our website, look at the design of our SSD, they have gaming characters with it, because we think it will be great to tap into this gaming industry to show the performance of our products. So most of the customer coming from this range of age, but at the same time, we also serve the industrial player directly, or the corporate, such as SEGI College itself. We also serve such customer, and we also serve other manufacturing factories where they use our products for indirect and direct materials. So yeah, we have wide range of customer, but mainly still come from the young generations. Well, about expanding the market to expanding to international markets. Well, starting a brand is never an easy task, all right? Moreover, we are from Southeast Asia, so this would make us it will bring us even more challenges to start a brand from Southeast Asia. But we are determined to bring FIDIS to the international level, based on our experience and our team members. In fact, as we are talking right now, things are happening. Before COVID-19, we already talking with a few partners from different countries, such as Philippines, Maldives, India, and what else? Maldives and Papua New Guinea. So we are already in working with them on having our parts delivered to their country. So hopefully, after this COVID-19, we can start delivering our parts, FIDIS products, to those countries. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kendrick. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go in for our break, here's an announcement. Later, if our lucky draw sessions, we will draw the winners, and if the winner is not there and didn't comment that I'm the winner below the comment sessions, so we will redraw another winner. So it's fair to every audience. Okay, so we are going for the break now. If you have friends, then please ask them to join us now, because after the short commercial, we will stop the registration for the lucky draw.
All right, see you later.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So here's the third question, Mr. Kendrick.
Yep.
What are the future plans of FIDIS in order to increase the usage of SSD?
Maybe we should get SEGI to buy more from us. No, just joking. All right. So first of all, we may assume that SSD is the new technology to replace hard disk. All right. So they basically have the same applications, but SSD is much faster than hard disk. In fact, a lot of times when an individual or somebody or customer, they complains about their system is getting slow, or the performance of the computers is not up to what they expected, even though they have upgrades the memory RAMs, or they have upgrades or they have purchased at least an i5 processor. But why is it still slow? Actually, without their notice or realize, the bottleneck is actually at the hard disk. Okay, so hard disk basically runs at about 80 to 100 meg per second, while SSD runs at about 400 or 500 megs per second. So the whole system, normally from the processor and the RAM, they're running at about 8 gigs, all right, or 800 megs per second. So hard disk is actually pulling, it's a bottleneck, in fact, in the whole system. So with this advantage or these benefits of SSD, we hope that we can share with more people, more customers, or more users of computers or systems that they should upgrade their hard disk to SSD before they think of upgrading the whole system. In other words, instead of buying a new laptops or new so-called computers, you should look into your existing system or your laptops if you are using just a hard disk. If it is, then you should consider to upgrade to SSD first. And after maybe another 3 years or perhaps 4 years, then if it's still slow, or maybe applications are getting more heavy loaded, then maybe you could think of upgrading it to a better processors systems. So in order to execute this process, more sharing to the customer, we will run more roadshows and partner with colleges such as SEGI College to let more students understand that sometimes when the system is slow, it's not because of the processor, it's not because of the RAM, memory RAMs, simply because of the hard disk. So just change a hard disk to SSD. So and of course, it's one of the most cost-saving way to upgrade your system, and making it at least 5 times to even 10 times faster. But please bear in mind that if you're a gamer and you are having a system without graphic cards, it doesn't help you just upgrading the SSD, all right? Because if you want to run games or running a heavy loaded software such as SolidWorks, but SolidWorks I think should be fine, but perhaps AutoCAD, you will need to have a graphic cards. But of course, having SSD is more like a prerequisite to make your system run faster and more and smoother. Same thing, SSD require much lesser energy compared to hard disk, and less noise, of course. So it's more durable. It's how should I put it? Besides fast, it's more durable and it's more stable actually. So if you're having a laptop, a portable device, and having SSD over hard disk, you are getting not only faster speed in terms of performance, your system will be much more stable, and of course your so-called the power consumption will be lower by a little bit. So we just hope to let more people understand the benefits of having SSD through perhaps roadshow, through perhaps advertisement. So I think that would help us to increase the usage of SSD. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kendrick. So here's the last question before we go for the Q&A sessions.
All right.
So Mr. Kendrick, what are the job opportunities in FIDIS?
All right. As mentioned before, FIDIS is a young company, and we always look for a junior staff or junior staff to join us, potential one. So if you are passionate about technology, especially in storage, if you are a enthusiast persons on learning new technology, and you like to take up some challenges, job scope or career, well, you can actually drop us an email through our website. Currently, we are looking for technicians, okay, because we also, FIDIS, besides selling the products, we also offer the cloning services. That means if any customer came to us, besides just sell you the so-called the SSD, we also help you to clone your system. So it means it's a complete full package for our customer. So we need technicians. We train them, and hopefully they will learn a lot and they can grow with us. And we may send the technician or the engineers, at the moment only technician, but we may send our people to Taiwan, our partners, for training. Besides technician, we are also looking for marketing executive. So if you are you're very aware of what is happening in the market, what are the new products coming up, and new segment of opportunities that you possibly could notice. So you could come and join us, and then perhaps you could contribute, and perhaps one day you can become your own employee. Besides, so we have technician, we have marketing executive, and one more. We are also looking for a customer service executive, where this lady or man, okay, he or she will be supporting the outdoor sales activity. So paperwork, supporting outdoor sales activities such as petitions, DO, and all that. So yeah, basically we have about 3 vacancies that we are looking for candidates. So if any of you are interested, do contact us through our website. Yes, and it's a permanent job, part-time. So yeah, we can talk about it. All right. Thanks, Hero.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kendrick. So before we enter for the Q&A sessions, once reminder again, please stay tuned until the lucky draw sessions. And if the lucky draw winner is you, you must comment "I'm the winner" in the comment sections within 2 minutes countdown from our screen. So that's that you can become the winner. So if let's say you didn't comment or you are not here, we will just draw another winner again. So okay, now it's the Q&A sessions. Anyone from the floor has questions to ask Mr. Kendrick may leave your comment below. So we will pick 2 or 3 questions from the comment and ask to Mr. Kendrick.
Yep. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I want to ask to Mr. Kendrick.
Yep. Okay. What do you think this is an advantage for competing? Okay.
A question from Ivan. So, Mr. Kendrick, how do you think FIDIS has an advantage over competing big name SSD makers such as Samsung, Kingston, and others?
Okay. This is, in fact, a very, very good question. This is the first question that we had before we start FIDIS, in fact. So what happened is that it's almost impossible that we can compete head-to-head to big brands like Kingston or Samsung, all right? But what happened is that we are I would say we are young and small company, so we are very flexible, all right? So we will, for example, big brands like Samsung, they may not be able to offer services such as a complete package service where they will do the cloning services, everything for the customer. That's number one. But we can, because we are young, we are small, we are flexible. So we can do that, number one. Number two, well, if you look at FIDIS, we are actually from Malaysia, from Penang. So we actually looking into this Southeast Asian market. So Southeast Asian markets is the only segment today that are still non-fully explored, you know. So there are a lot of opportunities in this particular region. And big guys like Samsung or Kingston, they may have difficulties coming into this segment or this particular region because of language barrier sometimes, because of culture that they may not understand a lot. But for us, you see, we just within 2 years, we already start talking with Southeast Asia countries partners because of the culture, because of the languages that we have and we have learned. So we don't have much so-called barrier when we want to penetrate to these countries. But again, please remember, big brands such as Samsung or Kingston or even SanDisk, they started their business about 20 or 25 or 30 years ago, or even more. Back then, there's no such thing as IoT. There's no such thing as so-called internet yet, perhaps. But today is different. Today we have internet. Technology is so different. It developed very, very fast. We could simply talk to another partners in perhaps Philippines, just like this. All right. So in other words, for a company that needs to have 20 years to grow to such a big size, for a new company of today may not need to spend such a long time frame to grow into a big company. So I think at the moment we are still not so-called competitive compared to the big boys, but in another few years, I think we will be on par with them. All right. So just stay positive and be more creative. So I don't see we are lagging too far behind from the big boys. Right. Thank you.
So here's another question from Vincent. Can IT students join FIDES?
Well, why not? So IT students, we need to know what types of IT that we have learned. So for example, if you understand a lot about firmware, you are able to produce create so-called software. Codings. You're good in codings. So yes, we do need such an expert in FIDES. In SSD. We have NAND, which is the main storage on the components, and we have a controller, which is controlling all the so-called how we manage the so-called the NAND IC. So the language that we need to communicate between the controller and also the NAND, we need a firmware for them to talk, the protocol. And besides that, we also as we plug in the SSD to the computers, we also need the system, or we call the host, to talk to the client, which is the SSD. So all this require a codings, requires a firmware design, and yeah, at the moment this is done in Taiwan by our partners. But if we can have great expert from Malaysia, Penang especially, and why not? Yeah, yes, definitely, IT student will be more than welcome to join us. Yeah.
Okay. So here's our last question from Stella. What are the biggest challenges you face in running the business?
Well, I'm not sure if we have faced any challenges that is considered the biggest yet, but we did face a few. One that really make us feel the pain or feel really challenging is the first question that we had. How are we going to compete with the big brands, right? So they are big. They are at least 30 years or 40 years or even more in front of us. In terms of finance, they are much, much, much more better than us. In terms of resources, everything, in terms of volume, because, in manufacturing, when you have the volume, so if I go and place an order to purchase some IC, and I said my volume is about 200,000 pieces, then most probably I won't be able to get a good pricing compared to another company, a big company that they might be ordering like 20 million pieces, in a year. So that is one of the biggest challenge that we had since day one. Until today, we are still facing these so-called problems or challenges that how to compete with the big brands, so or the big boys. But for us, we stay positive. We be innovative. We think of what else we could bring to these so-called to these products. If you notice something that Jack Ma said before, an elephant will never be able to kill an ant if the ants know how to get away from the big elephants, because big elephants is not flexible enough. They move a bit slowly, but they are strong, they are big. But ants, they're small, but we are very flexible. We move very fast, and then we can, we may have some innovative way to run. So yeah, one of our biggest challenge is how to compete with the big banks. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kendrick. But now we need to answer another question because we need to some time to prepare the lucky draw list. So here's a question from Wei Xiang. What are the opportunities for FIDIS after MCO and in this new normal?
I wonder if any of you noticed that during this MCO or this is happening worldwide. It's not happening just in Malaysia, right? So during this whole MCO thing or the lockdown happening in worldwide, what happened to us? We actually do something like this: online conference, online chatting or webinar. And what happened to all this? We go to Facebook a lot. We might go to Amazon, or we do online purchase, and everything goes online, right? And what happened actually when everything goes online? Everything will go to clouds, right? That means we need more server, we need more capacity in the server or at the server. Okay, all this data will go back to the server. So where does the server store your data? It's actually in the either SSD or hard disk. So during this so-called lockdown or the MCO, people or industry or brands or company like us are actually receiving more orders, right? Because the servers, the data center, the capacity that they need are much bigger. Just for one sharing, Facebook, not under lockdown, under normal circumstances, they need to add 1,000 terabytes almost every day, right? Because of you have uploaded photos, uploaded a lot of things, so they need to keep on upgrading their SSD. I mean their storage. It may be SSD, it may be a hard disk. So it depends, right? So this is much better to a player like us. But again, we are still a young company, so we do have some orders, but not, of course, not as big as Samsung or Kingston's or even SanDisk. Okay, but let it be time that we grow bigger. All right. Yeah. Hope I answer your questions. Yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go for our lucky draw sessions, we'd like to introduce the next guest speaker that will be coming next week. So it's Mr. Carson Cheong, the marketing specialist of MSI. We are also giving away 2 MSI SM01 mouse as the lucky draw prizes for the audience next week. Okay, so let's start the lucky draw session, shall we? Okay, so today we are giving away 264 GB of FIDIS micro SD card, which is shown by Mr. Kendrick now. Yes. So we are going to spin for the first winner of today. So let's see who will win away the first 64 GB FIDIS SD card. So the first winner is Gampun Jin. So Gampun Jin, can you comment in the comment section, say that you are the winner so that you are a valid winner. So we will count down 2 minutes from now. Okay, so please start the timer. Okay, seems like Gampun Jin didn't reply for the comment. So we will withdraw another winner now.
Hero,
Yes.
I saw a question asking if FIDIS will be making PCIe SSD in the future. Yeah, let's have the winner first, then maybe we can answer him, Sean Wing.
Okay, so the winner for the first prizes goes to Caroline Chu. Caroline Chu, please comment in the comment section that you are the winner. So Mr. Kendrick will answer the question from Sean Ui.
Yeah. Sean, just for your information, FIDIS is we already producing a SSD with PCIe or NVMe capability. It's under M2. So you can look at our rough keeper. We have a PCIe NVMe SSD in M2 format, and it is Gen 3 by 4. We also have Gen 4 by 4 already, but you must combine with AMD Ryzen in order to get the 4 terabytes, 4 gigabytes. Yeah, sorry, 4 gigabytes speed. Yeah, so we have that. So another question by Jia Jun, going to make SLC or MSC. Well, it will be because today we are talking about 3D NAND. So it's a mixture between SLC and TLC, and also SLC or MLC with TLC. So it's a mixture, and we call it 3D NAND or the vertical SSD. So yeah, hope that answers your questions. So wow, we have a winner, right? Caroline Chu.
Caroline Chu already come out. So congratulations to Caroline Chu to be the first winner of today's lucky draw. So we are going to draw for the next winner. Okay. So the winners goes to Sherilyn Lun Yilin. So please comment that I am the winner in the live comment sessions.
I saw another question from Ivan SH. Is asking, do you think it is possible to walk through the process of developing one FIDIS fantastic products? Well, I think we don't have the time here, but if you're a student of SEGI, you keep close in contact with the IT department or Hero. I think we will be running some roadshow with SEGI together, where we will talk more about, or I may share more about how we design the products, and we can even show you what happened. I mean, how does the internal parts looks like? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Ivan also is one of our SEGI students.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, so stay close to SEGI, to SEGI College. We are going to have a roadshow soon, very, very soon, after COVID, obviously. So we can share more about this. And if you have other questions, you can ask us by then. So we have Sherry.
So here's another question from Richie.
What is the general pricing of FIDIS products? Well, the SSD products, I mean, the price actually fluctuate or volatile. So at the moment, I think for 120 gigs or 128 gigs, we are selling at about, the retail price is about 100 and I think 110 or 115, depends. And then for 240 gigs or 256 is, I think it's at about 180 ringgits to about 185 ringgits, I believe so. So that would be roughly the price of SSD. Actually, if you compare FIDIS products in terms of pricing, we are almost 25% cheaper than the big boys like Samsung. And we are about the same compared to Kingston's, or some depends on the category. Some category we are more expensive, some category we are less expensive. So it depends on how we compare. If we compare ourselves with SanDisk or Western Digital, I think we are better in terms of price. But if you were to compare us with products like HIK or I don't know, or HK, I can't remember the name, or Colorful or V-Color or what, then I think we'll be more expensive than them. All right. So if you compare our price apple to apple on par, like 3D NANDs together, we are using our NAND are coming from Toshiba. So yeah, some good brands. So if you are comparing us with the same so-called competitors, then I think we have an advantage over the price. Yeah. And of course the
Okay,
speed.
so
Yeah.
things like no Shirley is not comment in the comment sections, so we will withdraw another winner again. Yeah, so hope you guys are the winner.
Yeah. Hi, APOS. I saw this. During this pandemic time, find this company able to grab more customers and investors.
Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Kendrick. Here's
Yeah.
another winner, which is Kelly
Wow.
Ong. Yeah, so
Kelly,
Kelly Ong,
are
can
you
you comment
here?
in the comment section that you are the winner?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Kelly Ong is here. So congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah, so we will contact both of you to arrange for the prize claiming.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Yeah, so before we end, Mr. Kendrick, do you want to answer the question?
Oh yes. Let me see the questions. Yeah, during the grab more customers and investors. Okay. Well, we able to grab more customers? We do have more customers came to us because during this pandemic or COVID-19, it's actually worldwide shortage for most of the electronics products, and a lot of them actually increases the price. In fact, we have sold out all our 120 gigs 2.5 inch SSD, and at the moment we have no stock. To be frank, 240 gigs, yes, we still have stocks. 960 gigs or 1 terabytes, we also out of stocks at the moment, and we plan to have a new stock coming in probably by June only, because of we don't want to buy very expensive products, because when it's too expensive, it's not worth to purchase, right? But investors, just to answer your questions, FIDIS have no investor today. Okay, so basically we run by our own. We keep our costs low, keep our productivity high, so that we can get more sales and keep the expenses low. So FIDIS basically owned by myself. Okay, and I'm the only investor in FIDIS at the moment. We do not have plan to open FIDIS to other investor at the moment. Maybe we will someday when we are ready, but not at the moment. So we don't have more investor in FIDIS except myself. All right. Hope I answered your questions. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Kendrick. Here's come to the end of today's live talk sessions. Once again, congratulations to both of the lucky draw winners, and thank you, Mr. Kendrick, for making time to these sessions.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you soon.
Join us today, and see you all next week with Mr. Carson from MSI. And remember, stay home, stay safe. Bye.
Bye.